Yo, what's up, guys? It's Luminosity Retals. Today I am back with the Regional 1, Open Qual 1, RLCS, whatever you want to call it. We are back with RLCS recaps. If you are new here, if you have become a fan in the last 8 months, wow, my voice is still shot from the Regional, by the way, then you would not know that after every Regional, I always do a video like this. I have replays going on in the background that I need to unpause. This one is NRG last match, and then the one after will be G2's last match. But I usually go through our tournaments. This was the first Regional of 3 for this split. They are every other weekend, but we're playing seriously every week. So our format, if you don't follow RLCS, I will dumb it down right now. So it's 6 weeks. It's the first split. It is qualifier, regional, qualifier, regional, back to back weeks for 6 weeks. So it's a regional every other week. Everyone has to play the quals now. It's not like how it used to be where the top 8 teams are already in the regionals. Every single team is in the quals. Even G2 just won it. Everyone is in the quals. So it's, the players have been, you know, jokingly calling it like the 6 weeks of hell. It really is. There's no breaks. And I know, you know, we're obviously very blessed, but it's a lot. It's stressful, and it's a lot of Rocket League over the next 6 weeks. So it's exciting, but it's a lot. Today, I'm recording this on Sunday. You will probably see this on Monday or Tuesday. The regional ended today. G2 won it. This was the end of the second week. So we've got 4 more left. And yeah, so last week we started in the open qualifier with everyone else. We were the 6th seed. 6th seed, because Energy passed us picking up Toasty. And the way the format worked was it was 900 teams that signed up. Anyone can sign up. Top 128 get paid, and 16 make it into the regional, to the next weekend. So we had to finish top 16 out of 900. And I won't go through all the matches in the open qual, because I mean, a lot of it was best of 3s against, you know, teams that you don't really know the players. You're not really, you know, having to do all that much. But on day 3 of the qual, we had I forget their team name, but they're young. They're 13, 15, and 15. It's Pigeon, Dizzy, and Scythe. It's young players, and I love the passion. They were streaming it. Go check them out. But we had them, quick little 3-0. Then we had Omelette, which if you don't pay attention too much to RLCS, then you probably won't know this team. The players are Lion, Percy, and Zanil. It's a good team. They were the 12 seed going in, but you know, all the players kind of knew they were a little bit better than that. So it was not a match that we were like, okay, like it was something where obviously everyone in the top 20, everyone in the top 32-64 by, you know, Rocket League normal standards, it's a good team. These are good players regardless, but this is a pro team. You know, this is a team that if we don't show up, we will lose. So it was a matchup that we felt confident for. We had lost to them. Oh, I just skipped. We had lost to them previously in the beginning of the offseason, or middle of the offseason. And honestly, it's just a really good team. They're probably, if you had asked me before the qualifier happened, I'd probably tell you they're top 10 in North America, top 12, you know, top like 13, 14 at the worst. So it's a good team. We had to reverse sweep them. It was an ugly series. I really don't want to talk too much about it. We knew what they were going to do. They did it to us, and we had no counter for the first 2 games. We turned it around. You know, it was close though. Game 5, we scored with like 30 seconds left to go by 1. It was dicey, but you know, we made it through. We didn't drop to lowers, which could have been scary. You know, you saw OG drop to lowers. They played their lowers match against Cam, Taroko, and Dant, and won in Game 5 overtime to qual for the regional. They were 1 goal away from not making the regional, which, you know, who knows what could happen if we had dropped to lowers, because when we beat Omelette, and remember we beat this Omelette team in Game 5, they ended up not making the regional. They lost to the young whippersnappers, which was Panda, Realize, and Skippy, who ended up doing, I think, 9th, 12th in the regional. So, you know, a good team. It's scary down there. It really is. The trenches are scary. So that is the open qual for us. Basically, everyone that you guys know qualled. Omelette was the only team that was supposed to qual that didn't. So following the next weekend, we are still the 6th seed going into the tournament, which means we play 11, which was Plot Twist. If you don't know what Plot Twist is, it was Sosa, Kofer, and Expert, which are Sosa and Expert are 2 players that usually hover around 8 to 12 in NA, and Kofer is pretty new to to the RL Esports ecosystem as of this season. I forget how much talking these videos are. Oh my god. Okay. But yeah, we play them first round. It's a match where, you know, it's funny because Cheese, who's our new third, teamed with Sosa all of last year. It's low-key a little rivalry match for him, but it's not a match we were too worried about. Like I said with Omelette, if we don't show up, we will lose because it's, you know, it's pro teams. It's not like these guys are bad players by any means, but we knew what we needed to do. We executed on it. We 3-0'd. It really wasn't all that close. We had some, you know, like scary like shots on net every now and then. We're like, okay, maybe we could have lost this game, but the series was never really in danger. We 3-0 plot twist, and I forgot to mention this, but it's a Swiss in the regional. So if you don't know how a Swiss stage works, it's 16 teams. You have to win 3 before you lose 3 series, and you only play teams with the same record as you. So if you go 1-0, you only play teams that are 1-0. If you go 0-2 in the first 2 rounds, you only play against teams that are 0-2. I love it. I think Swiss is awesome. You can get a little unlucky sometimes, and you can get a little lucky. I'll mention that later. But it's the nature of it. And I do think it finds the best 8 teams. So I'm a big believer in Swiss. I think it's fun. I think it's a good format. But then let's get into that now. We 3-0'd plot twist, and we get rewarded with a team that went to Game 5 with Snowmen, G2 Esports, winning the regional, obviously, by the end of it. But it's a matchup that we're not super, you know, we're not scared of it. We're not scared of any of our matchups, but it's a matchup that we feel pretty comfortable in. It's, you know, I mean, you'll see it all over socials now. A lot of teams, or a lot of people are saying that we're, you know, one of the better teams, if not the best team to play against G2, just because our matchup against them is pretty good. We feel comfortable playing them. We feel like we play them tight. The problem is their players are Beast Mode, Atomic, and Daniel. It's just a talented team. You can cut it every way you want. You could outplay them, you know, stylistically, systematically, whatever you want to say. It's just Daniel, Beast Mode, Atomic, and you have to be on the absolute top of your game to beat them. And to be honest, in the Swiss, we were pretty close to it. You know, we went up 2-1 in the series, ended up losing in 5, and it was just a good series. We played well, they played well. We had some minor mistakes in Game 5 where I think we just let in some dumb goals, and you know, that was all of us. I let in like 2 that I shouldn't have let in. Cheese, I think, let in 1. MB had a shot that I think he wishes he could have back. It was just all 3 of us just had some moments we weren't really proud of. So it is what it is. Going Game 5 with, you know, the best team in NA, it's not the end of the world. It's not. I mean, you're not going to win all of them. Losing to G2 at 2-3 makes our game differential pretty good. So we found one of the lower teams in the 1-1 round, which was Muffin Men. Squishy Gimmick Aqua. I'm sure, you know, my YouTube audience is pretty big. Squishy's is bigger. So most of you guys that watch me probably watch Squishy, or if not, at least know who he is. You know, probably the biggest content creator in Rocket League. And to be completely honest, it was a matchup that I'm mad at myself because I let our team, myself included, not really take our practice against them very serious. I think that we not underrated them, but yeah, I would say we underrated them a bit. It's not a bad team. It's, you know, even if you're the least, or even if you're the biggest hater of them, they're still a top 13, 14 team in North America. So again, these are pro teams, guys. You will lose if you don't, you know, show out. And we didn't show out. You know, it goes Game 5. We scored a 0-second goal. I'll put it on screen now.
On to the next round. Huge challenge in the midfield. Cheese again, trying to cut by. This one trickling towards the net. Aqua has an open net. What? How did that happen? Oh, he tried to cut it. He tried to cut it. Do not throw this game, boys. Do not throw this game.
Don't you dare. Don't. Retals, time to step up. Magic
okay.
Bear.
Magic
double
Bear.
Tap Magic.
Do it. Show us.
Do it to him.
The double. Yeah!
Let him know. Let him know what we're all about.
Where are the haters now?
Where are the haters now?
Show me the haters, and I will show you Slater.
Magic Bear Magic and Slater with the taters. See ya fudging later.
Not even close.
We scored that 0-second goal to win the series, and it was, it was not something that I was, proud of. That's not, and this is, as respectfully to them as I can make it, but that's not a team where we should go to Game 5 overtime against. It was not a good series from us. And because, we kind of messed up our game differential winning that, we're 2-1, we're in the 2-1 round, but we play Dignitas, which is a team where they've beat us 4 times in the last month. They are our boogeyman of the offseason. They are, it's Arsenal in particular is playing Unreal Rocket League right now. The best I've seen Arsenal play in multiple years, at least, if not the best ever. He's playing Unreal Rocket League right now, and he's just one of the most difficult players to play against in NA. But we play them and get manhandled. Like, there's no other way to put it. We got manhandled. We know why, and it's nicer now because it's gotten to a point where we have lost them so many times where it's like, where we studied them so much. It's like, guys, how are we losing this bad every time? And I feel comfortable in our next matchup against them. But that one was ugly. I mean, we got 3-0'd pretty bad. We were a little redeeming in game 3. We had some nice goals. It was like close. I think it was overtime or something, but it was still just an ugly series and a good series from them. So that puts us in the 2-2 round. It's not a Retals team without a 2-2 round. So we are at the point where we're top 12, and it is winning you're in top 8, losing you're out 9th, 12th. And we get matched up against NRG, which they kicked Frosty for Toasty, which I think is a good move. I am a big fan of Toasty's game. It's very floor raising. Toasty's not as good mechanically as Frosty, but he's a very smart player. He's a very solid player. He doesn't mess up much, and it should help them win against worse teams. Now, we 3-0'd them. It's a great team. This is a great play. All 3 of them are great players. I don't think their ceiling is going to be high enough to compete. That is a terrible touch. That didn't go in, thank God. I don't think their ceiling is high enough to compete with the top. I think their ceiling is big enough to, obviously make top 8s. I think with a different bracket, they make top 8. But, they took a loss to young whippersnappers early in the tournament. They took some rough losses where I had high hopes for that offseason. If you watch my Q&A, I had them over Dignitas, which I know. I've gotten 30 comments about it. I know. I've lost to Dignitas 4 times. You don't have to tell me. I know. It was a bad read by me. It was a bad call. What can I say? I can't get them all right. But we 3-0 NRG. We are now 7th in the seeding, and that runs us back into G2 Esports, where we had lost to them in Game 5 in the Swiss. Now we have a best of 7 against them for top 4 in the playoff bracket. To be honest, I felt great. I felt like personally I didn't play amazing in the Swiss when we lost them in 5, so I was thinking I would love this matchup. And if any of you guys watched how it went, we win Game 1. Game 2, we're up by 1 with 2 seconds left. They have a nice 3-man passing play, force overtime, 6-minute overtime. We lose that. And it's just tough from them. Tough from there. I think Game 3 goes overtime. Game 4, they kind of beat us bad. And then Game 5 goes overtime or something like that. Where it was a good series. 4-1s, no matter what way you cut it, we got 4-1'd. It's not like I'm going to sit here and say, like, oh, like, it was so close. Like, it really could have gone either way, because who knows? Who knows what happens if it goes 6 or 7? But they beat us. They beat us bad. They beat us 4-1. I feel comfortable in that match still, even though I've lost them twice in the last 3 days. But it's, the best team in NA. They steamrolled Dig. They steamrolled Gen G. It's not a bad loss, and it's just a talented team that we gotta figure out a little bit more. But that's it for us. So we're out 5th. I should score. Dude, let's go back to this really quick. I thought for sure Daniel or Atomic was gonna guard bottom left, but I low-key could have snuck it in. Anyways, it's just, yeah, we lost to the number 1 team in NA twice, and we lost to the Dignitas, where they've had our number recently. But we're out 5th, 8th. We're in a decent spot. If you know how the format works, top 4 from NA makes the major. We're at 5th, 8th, which we're in the race, but we're not. If it ended today, we would not be in the major. But we feel pretty comfortable in most of our matchups. I think, and everyone says this, but I think with a different bracket, we could have finished top 4. We could have, who knows? But we got to put ourselves in a better spot than we did from the Swiss. That Dig loss wasn't great. It was terrible for our seeding. Muffin Men taking us to 5 was terrible for our seeding. If we can change 2 of those results, we have you know, we probably are the 6th seed instead of the 7th seed and we play, or maybe we're the 5 seed. It's just, who knows, you know, it's all like, it's all situational. It's all like what if, but at the end of the day, we just got to be better against teams that we should beat, which is Muffin Men. We need to be better against them. Dignitas, which is a team where we feel is pretty close to us. We need to be better. You know, they've dominated us the last month, and that's kudos to them because they've been a great team. But we feel good. Team feels great. I think we played okay. Individually, I played okay. As a team, look at this play. We played okay. It wasn't a bad weekend. It was an average weekend, I think. You know, and you can't be too mad about 5th or 8th. But this was 15 minutes. You know, I do love these recaps. I love talking to you. Whoa, where did I just go? Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, I did it again. Okay. I do love these recaps. They're fun for me. I enjoy talking to y'all. If you guys have any questions about the weekend, throw them in the comments. I probably should have that. Throw it in the comments. I'll try and answer a few of them, as many as I can, you know, without getting too into it. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. We will be back at the Quals this weekend, and then the regional next weekend, which will be on the Luminosity Gaming Twitch. If you don't already follow them, go ahead and follow them if you want to watch. If not, I'll be here for another recap in 2 weeks from now. So, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.